Hi guys! So I'm back at home now. Yesterday I didn't get called out of reserve, so today I start reserve again from 3 p.m. local time to midnight pretty much. I thought because today is a good day to have that banana bread I was talking about, I'm gonna go ahead and make it with you guys. So very easy ingredients actually. So we got this Betty Crocker vanilla cake mix in Regina. I'm back at home in Calgary. And really all it asks is 3-4 cups of water, 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, and 3 whole eggs. In this case though, we're gonna add our banana because we're just gonna make it basically into a vanilla cake but with banana. So kind of like a soft banana cake is what we're going for today. I thought it would be a nice breakfast. I just had my black coffee and I'm feeling inspired for a snack. So come join me, we're gonna go ahead and make it. So I'm gonna go ahead and open the cake mix. So cake mix is in. And then we have our oil. It's also asking for 175 mils of water. So this measuring cup does have the measurements right here, so it makes it a bit easier. So I'm just gonna use tap. That looks about right. Okay, so we got our water, we got our vegetable oil. So you guys might hear some howling in the background. It's not actually Einstein. Einstein is right here and he's really just checking me out while I bake. We do have a neighbor downstairs whose dog does get to be a little loud, especially when his owners aren't around. Um, but he is right here. Hi, baby. Hello. It's a beautiful morning and we didn't get much sleep last night because I was busy watching a couple things on Netflix. So usually when I stay up, so does he. All right, boop boop. Ooh, yay! So right after taking the banana cake out of the oven, I give it about 20-30 minutes before digging in. I find after 30 minutes in the oven, as well as that 20-30 minutes just leaving it alone, it it's nice and soft, and I just love the combination of the white chocolate chips and the banana and the cake mix. So this is something super easy, super simple. It's a good for snacks. It's good to pack for when you travel, and you just can't beat the combination between the three. So If you want to give it a try, go ahead and let me know how you guys like it.
Let's go, come on. Bye-bye. Cheers.
Welcome to Toronto, guys. I'm gonna give you a quick hotel room tour. This one's really nice because it's got its own living space right by the entrance. Hello. And what I really care about as crew is two things. This microwave right over here and this fridge. This one is fancier because it's got a freezer. So if I was meal prepping, I would definitely like this feature. I'm gonna close this one up. Let's do a quick tour of the washroom. Nice and bright, lots of counter space. We like that. Got a nice shower area here. And of course, the bed, which, you know, kind of very important in a hotel room. It's also got a study space here if you needed it. And I like this space because this is usually where I put my luggage. And of course, it is winter in Canada right now. So here we go. Nice view of the parking lot in an airport hotel here in Toronto. I'm gonna put you guys right over there. You know, I really find it funny because just this morning we were doing banana bread and the weather is really nice, spring-like weather. And next thing you know, we're here in Toronto. It is -10. It's very, very snowy. And we're at work. We are currently in a 3-day pairing. I got called around 3:30 in the afternoon. I didn't say it earlier. Yeah, I got called around 3:30 in the afternoon. And we are now in a 3-day trip. So this is actually day one. Day one was just us deadheading, or I guess being shipped over from Calgary to Toronto. We didn't operate the flight. We were just sitting as a passenger. And then tomorrow, our report time is 2:50 p.m. We are operating from Toronto to Cancun and then back to Toronto. It is going to be a 12-hour day, quite a long one, about 4 to 5 hours each way. And then you have to consider boarding, deplaning, and taxiing. So it does become a pretty long day overall. Um, then day three, which also is the last day of my reserve, I would just be operating the flight back to Calgary, and that would be it for this reserve block. Every block is about 5 days, and I'm currently in the afternoon blocks, so we call it RPM, so reserve PM. And it's not a bad block actually. I get some really good pairings or good trips out of it. But this is more of a local block for me. It's a more, we went to Regina and now we're in Toronto. But it does get pretty exciting sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong, domestic flights are exciting, but not as exciting as some other destinations. So I'm gonna go ahead now and get myself out of this uniform into my jammies, put all my food away, and decompress. We don't have a lot of time left. It is actually 1:08 a.m. Toronto time. It is 2 hours ahead of Calgary time, so I've just lost 2 hours, so I gotta go ahead and get that back by closing my eyes. So I'll go ahead and put all this stuff away and just put a night mask on and go to bed. Good morning, everyone. It is currently 9:48 a.m. I woke up an hour ago. I drank my black coffee. I've dressed up to go work out because it's very cold outside. I'll show you in a bit what it looks like. I think I already did, but it's really white. It's a lot of frost and snow blowing in the air. I don't even know if we could take off later on, but since our flight isn't for another couple of hours, I think the weather will clear up. I do feel very cold right now, so I thought maybe a quick workout downstairs at the gym might help out. I'll show you guys actually. So we are still in Toronto. It may not really look like it in camera, but the snow is blowing pretty hard. And I've just seen a couple of cars earlier pretty much slid off the road, which is definitely not safe. So please drive carefully if you are under this weather condition. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead. So we have our Dasani water bottle. We have our earphones. I'm wearing my handy dandy long sleeve and my shorts as well as my sneakers. So it's very hard to go downstairs and go work out when it is such a cozy day to stay inside for pretty much the entire layover. But we have to do what we have to do. So let's go downstairs and let's do our thing. Alright, since no one is here, I'm gonna give you guys a quick hotel gym tour. This is where you can do your weights. It's a pretty spacious gym actually. Not all hotels have though a gym this big. You got all these machines as well, but my favorite of course is cardio, which they have tons of machines for. And I was right over there. There you go. Quick gym tour. What's amazing about this hotel is that it has its own basketball court. So if you and a couple of friends want to go do some hoops, well, it's ready for you. So I just got to the room, guys, and Did the visibility just get really worse? Because it wasn't this white when we left, and now you can barely see anything on the other side. Now you could see it here, but you could see how much of that snow is pouring right now. And that visibility is getting pretty bad. Like, the snow is not a problem for these big airplanes, but it's the visibility I'm a bit worried about, because obviously if it's not visible, airplanes really can't take off. So we'll figure it out in a couple of hours, I guess. Maybe it will get better. But until then, well, we just gotta get ready for it anyway. So here's a quick update. I didn't make it back to Toronto tonight. We actually went IROC, so we are staying in Cancun for 11 hours. Hey guys, so you know how we were supposed to just have another Toronto layover tonight? Well, that didn't happen because instead of just doing a turn from Toronto to Cancun and then back to Toronto, we didn't go back to Toronto tonight. We are currently in Cancun. Well, at least a hotel in Cancun. Um, so, what really happened tonight is that our pilots timed out for the day. So, pilots, just like flight attendants, have certain hours that they can work legally, and our pilots did meet that because we had a lot of disruptions today, lots of weather. Toronto had all the snow and everything else, and there was a crew shortage. We basically exceeded the hours that we are legally allowed to work. So, because of that, our pilots timed out. And because it was such a late flight, we weren't able to get new pilots to continue with us back to Toronto. So, tonight we are laying over in Cancun for about 12 hours, and then we will make our way back to Toronto and then back to Calgary. So, I mean, this is a nice layover, I think, in a way that Cancun is a beautiful, hot city compared to Toronto right now. But because we're in an airport hotel, and this is also not one of our usual hotels, the amenities aren't as good. We do have to hunt for breakfast tomorrow because we're not allowed to bring food when we come here. I did see a couple of places that we could get breakfast in when we were passing through. So we're probably going to do that. It's currently 1:04 a.m. and checkout, or I guess report time, is not until 2 p.m. So what I'm going to do is get myself sorted for bed, go to bed, wake up, and then hunt for breakfast. So I mean, I love Cancun, but not in this circumstance. I wish it was more of an all-inclusive situation. You know what? Beggars can't be choosers. So we are just gonna go ahead and put all our stuff away, and then we're probably gonna go to bed. So that's the agenda tonight. Good morning, Cancun. Good morning, guys. It is 9 a.m. and my crew decided to meet up for breakfast. Um, it was really hard to wake up today. I think maybe I had about 5 hours or 4.5 at most, but I forgot that I didn't film a room tour. So the door is actually right over here, and right beside it is the washroom. Pretty spacious, actually. You got the countertop right here. and a shower on the left side, pretty standard, and the room comes right over here. And of course, you've got the safe and you've got your fridge. No microwave on this one. So usually this is where I put my stuff. And you got a nice king size bed. It is quite messy, guys, because I did use it last night. Forgive me. It's a pretty standard room for an airport hotel here in Cancun. But it's a cute one too, because if you look outside, you got a little hut. Oh, sorry, you got a little hut. The pool is actually right over there, right behind this tree. And I think it's pretty big. So had I have any time to actually dip out today, I would do that. But since we barely have time, we're probably just gonna spend it trying to get something to eat, because you know what? It was pretty chaotic last night. Like you said, we were supposed to be in Toronto, but obviously we didn't make it back. So what's gonna happen today is we're going to recover that flight. So today is, wait, what is today? Today I think is the 16th, and we are going. So originally we were just supposed to do Toronto to Cancun and then back to Toronto. But obviously, yesterday's original schedule didn't happen as we did not make it out of Cancun. So what we're doing today instead is go from Cancun to Toronto and then Toronto to Calgary, because Calgary is our base. It's a bit of a longer day today instead of yesterday, and with pretty minimum rest. I had about 4-5 hours of sleep. I I gotta push through. I had to take a shower because I just did not feel very clean after all those delays and sitting and everything else. I needed a shower to refresh myself, to reset myself, and that felt really good afterwards. But you do have to compromise a bit of your rest time because of it. Here in aviation, you have to be very flexible. You have to have the patience, and you just gotta have to realize that not everything will happen the way you want it to. Otherwise, this job will be very hard for you. So we're gonna go ahead and finish preparing and then go downstairs to meet the rest of the crew. I don't think our pilots are joining us, but the FAs did decide that if they wake up enough and early for it, then we'll meet downstairs. So yeah, we'll see who we end up with, and then see what little snacks and breakfast we could find at Oxo. So this is the final look. We have our bun, a red lipstick, and the rest of our face. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and put my uniform on, put all my stuff away, and we're gonna go downstairs for checkout.
Imagine that cargo space.
It's gonna be a lot.
Air Canada has this Airbus.
JetBlue.